Simon didn't believe him at first, until this Filipino Elvis proved everyone wrong. And if you're watching this right now, trust me, stay with me until the end, because this story will hit you right in the heart. And before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing powerful stories like this straight to you. It all started on a humid Friday afternoon in Manila, where 17-year-old Arvin Cruz stood behind the audition curtain of a local talent show. He was thin, nervous, and wearing a thrift store leather jacket 2 sizes too big. His sneakers were scuffed, his hair slicked back with the cheapest gel he could find. And in his shaking hands, he clutched an old, fading photograph of his father, the man who introduced him to Elvis before disappearing from his life when Arvin was just 8. Growing up wasn't easy for Arvin. His mother worked 2 jobs, sometimes 3, just to keep the lights on. Music became the only thing that made his tiny room feel bigger. Every night, he played the same scratched Elvis CDs his father left behind: Suspicious Minds, Can't Help Falling in Love, Jailhouse Rock. He memorized every breath, every slide, every vocal crack. But imitating Elvis wasn't just about the voice for Arvin, it was his way of holding on to a man he barely remembered. So when the local TV show announced open auditions, Arvin took a leap. It might have been the only chance he'd ever get. Backstage, the staff whispered as he passed by. "That's the Elvis kid, right? Is he serious? He's too small. Too young." Even Simon Vargas, the show's toughest judge known for his razor-sharp honesty, rolled his eyes when he heard Arvin's introduction. "Your name is Arvin Cruz," Simon said, flipping through his notes. "And you, do Elvis?" Arvin swallowed. "Yes, sir." "Are you sure that's a good idea?" Simon replied, leaning back in his chair. "Elvis is larger than life. It takes more than a haircut and a jacket to pull him off. A lot of people your age don't understand that." The audience chuckled. Arvin lowered his eyes. He could have walked away right there, but he remembered why he came. He remembered the nights he sat alone in the dark, listening to Elvis just to feel like his father was in the room with him. He lifted his head. "I understand," he said softly, "but I'm not here to imitate Elvis. I just want to show people how he saved me." For the first time, Simon's expression shifted, just barely. The music started. And when Arvin began to sing, the room fell silent. Not because he sounded exactly like Elvis, though he shockingly did, but because he carried something raw, something trembling, something so full of heart that it was impossible to ignore. His voice cracked in places not out of weakness, but emotion. He moved like he had practiced every night, but sang like he had lived every lyric. People stopped breathing. One of the camera operators froze mid-pan. A mother in the audience started crying. Even Simon leaned forward, eyes narrowing, not in judgment, but disbelief. Halfway through the performance, Arvin noticed his mother standing at the very back of the studio. She wasn't supposed to come, she had a shift. But she was there, wiping her eyes, shaking her head as if she couldn't believe the boy on stage was her son. And that was the moment Arvin gave everything he had left. Every note. Every memory. Every piece of his heart. When the final chord faded, there was a full second of stunned quiet, then the audience erupted. People rose to their feet. Applause thundered through the studio like a wave. But the moment everyone waited for was Simon. He stood. Slowly. He walked up to Arvin on stage. "You said you weren't here to imitate Elvis," Simon said carefully. "And you didn't. You gave us something he always had: his soul. You proved me wrong. Completely wrong." He extended his hand. "You're not the Filipino Elvis. You're Arvin Cruz, and you're unforgettable." Arvin's knees almost buckled. His mother rushed to hug him, whispering, "Your father would have been proud." From that night on, Arvin's life changed. Videos of his performance went viral. He was invited to perform in bigger venues, TV shows, even abroad. But he never forgot where he came from or the moment he proved to himself that he was enough. And here's the real message. Sometimes the world won't believe in you. Sometimes even the people you admire will doubt you. But the truth is, you don't need them to believe first. You just need to start. Then show them why they were wrong. If Arvin could rise from a tiny room with a broken CD player to standing ovations, imagine what you could do if you don't give up. If this story inspired you even a little, hit that like button. It helps us bring more real stories like this to the world. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Your next breakthrough might be one step, one risk, one moment of courage away.